Hey everybody, last night, Friday, First Friday, events are always happening in Oakland, particularly uptown area and various parts of downtown Oakland. And the last thing you ever think of that would happen is that someone would be able to think to go down and go to their favorite restaurant, relax, and all of a sudden, guns, someone's getting shot in the same place down the row from where you're sitting. But that's what happened last night at Pierre Pierre Restaurant in Oakland. And sadder still is that Pierre Pierre Restaurant was the place where celebrity chef Clishawn Hill, uh, its owner from Antioch, was a noted graduate of the Le Cordon Bleu School of Cooking, and was known for quality food and being able to service people at community events, as he did last year, Mother's Day, for a group of giving mothers. So spiritually, you've got to wonder, why in the Lord this sort of thing would happen. Um, and reportedly, there is a gang aspect to this story. But before I go into the detail there, let me show you. This is the video that is appropriately protected so that sensibilities are not offended, if you will. But he made this video and talked about um, the tragedy of something ugly like this happening in something so beautiful as a centrally located, well-financed, black-owned restaurant ran by a renowned local chef. And that's exactly what happened, though. That's precisely what happened here. And so here is the video that chef made, and I'll play it right here. Excuse me.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Shit is just great, man. Worked so fucking hard to build this shit. So many fucking late nights, early mornings for this. For this punk ass shit right here. Coward ass, bitch ass shit right here. Thank you. Thank you so fucking much, Oakland. I appreciate that shit, bro. All you niggas with this punk ass, phony ass, dumbass beef shit y'all got going on, man. I appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all brought that punk ass shit to a fucking restaurant, the only black-owned fine dining restaurant that we have. Thank you. Thank you. I give up. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's a very sad occurrence. Something that didn't need to happen, shouldn't have happened. It makes you wonder what the heck is going on. You say, where is this located? I've been to that space many times when there was other facilities, and to put things in their proper perspective. As many of you know, I'm over here helping, and when it opened, which was not too long ago, I was not back to partake in the establishment, but I was there for the first time a restaurant opened at that space after the renovation of the Oakland Tribune Tower, and I even have video on that. So it really hurts to see that this crown jewel place has been damaged in this way. And it's completely and wholly unnecessary. Here is the exterior. This is what it looks like. This is the restaurant on this side of it. Excuse me for a second. On this side of the restaurant right here, this is 1266 Franklin. This is the restaurant right here, and it has a scooter set up, which actually, and it has bollards right here too. So it's difficult to someone to just drive their car up, for example, or truck or do damage. You have a wide sidewalk and no bollards here. Bollards here, but there should be bollards here, and these bollards should be taller. And but they do. If you take a look here, if we go this way, and then turn our gaze this way, you can see where they remodeled. This is previously they remodeled. This is older, and this is before the restaurant existed. This is what happens with Google. But you can also see, in a sense, the transformation made by the fact that, well, first of all, the city spent money to beautify this, create these bollards, and then of course Pierre Pierre opened up, and you have bollards over here, as you can see, right? So if you just move over this way, like so, and then move, you get, this is a more updated view. This is February of this year, February 2025. This is what it looked like. And so, but the question I have is where's the police substation? Because to go along with this nice beautification, is this where the police can drive up here? Is that what that's for? Now, if I press and go here, we're gonna go back in time, right? Because that's where it was. But the question remains: given the fact that this is May 2019, this is before, almost a before and after. This is before the pandemic, right? And then after the pandemic, excuse me, and then after the pandemic is quite literally over here. You can see this less, activity slightly, but the point I'm making is this is great, but why isn't there a police presence in either case for an area of downtown Oakland so important? Now, for those of you not familiar with it, let me take you down the street here. This is 13th Street, and if we go down here, one thing that existed now and then is just right over here. This is 12th Street, Oakland City Center, on the way to City Hall, and City Hall Plaza. So you have two ways to get to City Hall Plaza. First of all, let me get rid of this. If you go here, all right, the Tribune Tower is there. And this is Broadway and 13th. And if we go down the street just here, we have, right here is the BART entrance. That's what that is. That burger joint used to be DeLauer's. Sadly, it's gone. Now it's that burger joint. And DeLauer's is a great newsstand. You used to be able to go to DeLauer's right here, where it's burgers. You used to be able to go there, right here. Actually, there's DeLauer's. You used to be able to go here. 24-hour place for books and magazines. DeLauer's Super Newsstand, which I believe you still can go in there. It's just less obvious, but I digress. Down here, it's going off 13th, then going over this way toward 14th and the Flatiron Building, and there's Oakland City Hall right there. So this restaurant is a very important part of Oakland. This is the heart of Oakland. This happened in the heart of Oakland. So we need to have a conversation about this. More than a conversation, we need action. This area should be an enhanced infrastructure financing district to raise money so you can have security paid for and more improvements so that this sort of thing is less likely to happen. Because this is not something that should happen. It's very dastardly, a very dastardly act that occurred here. I'm glad you all are watching. The mayor just created her task force. There are people who are concerned about who's on it. I'm not concerned about who's on it. I've only said, and I'll say again, that it lacks a coherent end game. In other words, what do we get out of it and when? And why isn't it as soon as possible? Because these events are not going to wait for the mayor's plan to be complete. They just, as you see, they're just going to happen. And I think we're far enough along to where somebody out there has an idea. We all collectively do have an idea of what to do. And then we need to be able to implement. And right now, so that this great restaurant is protected. The city should spend $105,000 rehabilitating this restaurant, because this happened because someone believed they could commit a crime during First Friday at this place and shoot at somebody. And that should be discouraged. And the best way to discourage it, not just here, but at various points through the downtown, is to have an obvious camera presence and an obvious police substation parked, ideally right not here. Because look, this is blocked off. It could simply drive right into here, right? And it could drive right in here. It looks like it's designed to allow that. Drive right in here and park. And camp here. Think how much safe this entire block would be with just that police presence right here off Franklin, over here, and then Broadway, which is back right over here. All right, and then how quickly the police could respond to incidents. How much safer people would feel just walking along the corridor. So we need visible signs of protection, and we need to use vehicles to do it in key areas to make these stop. Business districts like this one in East Oakland, in International Boulevard over in Fruitvale, in Montclair, where that shooting occurred. It originally started on LaSalle and Mountain Boulevard, and then it went up just into the hills a couple of blocks away, around where Krogan's is. Those areas. Oh, and also let's not forget Rockridge, over going up College Avenue, where College Avenue and Keith is. That's where Acres is, where the BART station is, right? Perfect areas to have places that are anchors of safety, because right now we don't have any. So these crimes are just happening. You see what I'm getting at? They're just occurring, and we have to stop it. So that's what I'm calling for. I'm saying anchors of safety, police substations. You say how to pay for them? This whole area of downtown, it used to be a redevelopment area. We need to turn it into that again. take the property tax revenue from that and use it, first of all, to rehabilitate and upgrade the Marriott, because the Marriott people need that and they deserve it, and protections, and the convention center. And we need to have a plan that's focused on tourism, business retention, attraction, and resident and tourist safety and enjoyment. That should be the focus. And we need to have a plan that, since the mayor wants to talk about businesses investing, we need to have a facility that allows us to subsidize the rehabilitation of our current businesses under AB 464 Mullen. We don't have that. And attraction of other small businesses from other areas. We don't have that either. And we need to do an inventory of the open spaces around here. Just simply look at them and say, hey, look, how safe are these places? In other words, are they properly lit at night? Is there a camera presence? How close are the police, right? A lot of people say, well, they only have 700 officers. But, let's think about that. We have eight. We have council districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 at larges throughout, right? We have 7, okay? So basically that means that if you take the 100 police officers, we have 100 officers per beat. If you think of the beats as each council district. And then when you start thinking about it, that's a good basic number to start. So the next question is, how do we augment that? And my answer is we augment it through the police substation approach that I'm talking about. In areas where the rate of crime has been higher, like the area that you're looking at. All right? And then drones and mobile robots in the area as deterrents. Imagine a mobile robot going up and down the street, filming, offering electronic greetings. And I'm saying not just one either, several, like 2 of them along 13th Street here, along this block. One on each side. They can cross quickly and go where they need to go, right? And so you would say, what about vandalism? Okay, we can make them vandalism resistant. That's not a problem. And if we have to add 3, great. You add 3. Okay? Sentries. And you can vary where you want to place them downtown. So we have a group of, let's say, 10 of these robot sentries that are within the downtown area, within a 4-block area, going from, let's say, 13th to Broadway, and then over to Oakland City Center, and then down over to 14th. That confined area, so that we know that there's one area where people are less likely to go into, and we have a better chance to fight crime that happens around there. And then we could then begin to expand the effort outward, and then create something like a shock troop response. In other words, the objective is anywhere a crime occurs in downtown, we can have robots and officers there, up to 10 combined within 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and that should be our objective, so we can respond quickly. And the best way to be in that position where we can respond quickly is we have a presence. There is no presence here. We need a presence. Okay? I like the bollards and everything, but we need to do better. The bollards are a Department of Transportation result. But we need something that's an economic development result, that's a combined result. And what we need to do in order to really make all of this work is we need to combine this economic development should be part of the plan. Visit Oakland, because Visit Oakland makes videos about these businesses, but economic development should be helping them out. You know, we have all these people around doing things that other people should do. Like we have Visit Oakland doing in part the work of economic development, but the economic development department should be doing. What is economic development doing? They're doing studies. And arguably they don't even do that well. Are they doing business attraction? What do they do? Business retention? Duh, give me a break. And these are all fixable now. You can fix these now. You don't need to wait 100 days, merely. You don't need to wait 100 days to fix this problem. This tragedy should not have happened to this restaurant. Do you understand? This tragedy should not have happened to this restaurant. It really should not have. And we have to make sure, first of all, that this business is rehabilitated, because he's shutting his business down. And the city needs to take a stand and say, we want you to stay open. We're going to give you $105,000 to rehabilitate. That's a great amount of money to do that. All right? And I know that that's more than what it takes, but given the horror of what he's went through, it's a perfect amount for him to have $100,000 to rehabilitate the business and get going. And that's what we used to do that with businesses. We have to start doing it again. And we can form the Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District within 3 months, within 100 days. It does not take years. And if anybody tells you otherwise, fire them. You hear what I'm saying? Fire them. You need to fire them. So we've got to get to a point where we are beyond words and we're about action. And this sitting down and talking, that's not action. And what the mayor presented is not an action plan, it's a talking plan. Obviously, we need an action plan. I'm giving you an actionable approach. It's not complicated to do. All right. And by the way, if you're wondering where I'm at, this is the great hotel in Uptown Oakland that you may know of. If you do not know, that you may know of as the great, excuse me, I'm gonna catch my breath there. Great Kissel Uptown Oakland Hotel. That's right. That's what this room is. It's the Kissel Uptown Oakland Hotel on 2455 Broadway. So go and give them your patronage. The Kissel Uptown Oakland Hotel, luxury boutique hotel in what we used to call Oakland Broadway Auto Row. All right. Okay, folks. I'll see you all. Thank you. Go Oakland. And by the way, for you Cal fans, go Bears. Cal Rugby won. I'll see ya.